So not the DM over here, direct messages on Facebook. Ain't that what they call? Like inbox? Is it still called inbox?
Inbox.
So inbox on Facebook, DM on Instagram. How effective is sliding in someone's DM that already ignored you? And how do you feel about that when somebody slides in your DM? Do you ignore a lot of DMs, or do you play nice?
Some I ignore, some I play nice.
What makes you play nice and what makes you ignore?
Honestly, if I'm involved, then I just get out the way. You know what I'm saying? I just leave it there. Ain't no sense in me responding because I'm already involved. I don't want to really be mixing a whole lot of different solutions in the pot.
Oh, so you faithful when you involved?
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have to have a whole lot of females. You feel me? But however, if I got the juice, I'll squeeze it.
Oh.
That's all I'm saying. If I got the juice, I will squeeze it. I don't squeeze it on a regular basis. But
it's very rare that I encounter a masculine energy that wants to get my attention that I find worthy of my attention. It takes some, you gotta have something. Like you gotta have something.
I was looking into that. Actually, I was just researching like guys that would fit you. And Mansa Musa's dead. Mansa Musa is dead. He died back in 5000 BC.
So you think
or something like that.
Mansa Musa would be the perfect fit?
It would be perfect. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? All right. Yeah. Okay. Y'all see how you come for me?
I'm just saying.
You black men that come in your DM, I've missed you too. I missed you right back. Hey, in Facebook world, what's happening? How effective is it when you slide in somebody's inbox? How much cutter have you ever got out the inbox? How much stroking have you got out the DMs? Tell me for I can know.
Jamil, Aaron Pierre, DeAndre, what's going on? Ken, what up?
Let me tell you, he be talking slick, don't he? Ain't nothing slick to a can of oil, though.
Hey, man, I put it down like my hands hurt. I'm on my game like a PlayStation up under me.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Say that then.
That's how I feel.
So Ajna, how's dating been going, Ajna? Are you taking the Ken's advice? Yes.
Yeah, you done.
I've been talking to some men.
Now, what I think is steps, you haven't taken any. However,
what do you think are steps?
Steps is actually engaging in person. Engaging in, but coming from where you
come. How you gonna try to force me in somebody's physical presence? I gotta ease into this. I'm dealing with some PTSD and everything.
So what you want? So you said you want a man, right?
But I do have a flight scheduled, so
What? Where you going?
None of your business.
I heard that. That's all right. I'm about to stalk your page.
Don't even use that word.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to trigger. I don't want to trigger nothing. Please. I'm about to watch I already watch your page anyway. Yeah, I'm about to watch your page.
If I ever slid in a man's DM, every time if I ever slid in a man's DM, I got a response. There's never been a man that I've never slid into anybody's DM. I will physically approach you though. Like if I see a man while I'm out, like when I used to go out and stuff, like when I used to go to the bars and stuff like that and hang out, if I am interested in you, I will send you a drink. I will breeze your way.
You sending a drink?
I will send you a drink. In real life.
What about him sending you a drink?
If I'm not interested in him, I'll send him his drink back.
You wouldn't drink the drink and then be like, I'm not interested?
No, because you know what? I don't lead men on anymore. I've dealt with some serious detrimental things in my life that have manifested from entertaining men that I had absolutely no interest in. So if I don't consider vibing with your energy, there was once upon a time that I would have accepted your gifts and drunk your liquor up, but now I send it return to sender. Send it back, send it back, send it back. So I don't think a lot of ladies know how dangerous that is.
Yeah,
I don't think that a lot of ladies know how dangerous that is.
Yeah, I totally agree.
You know, accepting things, entertaining men that you have absolutely no interest in is very, 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 very dangerous. You can birth an entire cycle. So, just keep that in mind, especially young ladies. That just because he fly, you know what I'm saying, or might not be fly, you might just be thinking like, let me see what I can get out of the deal. You might get more than what you bargained for. So I don't even play with it. I don't play with it. But if I'm out if I am out and I was in the grocery, I think it was like 3 months ago, and I saw a man that I found very physically attractive, and he was in front of me.
Okay.
And he kept looking back, and he didn't have a ring on his finger, but you can just tell, like, that's somebody's man. Like, you know how you can just tell somebody's spoken for? Like, they got that frequency, like, this is somebody's. But he kept checking for me, and so he looked back for maybe like the third time, and I just kind of like, I stepped closer to him. We still have my cart in between us, but I just
it's coronavirus. You can't you gotta watch yourself.
I know.
Don't be getting too close.
I know.
Don't be getting too close.
But I wanted him to like feel the vibration of the seriousness of what I attempted to convey. And so what I said to him, you want to know what I said?
Yeah.
I said, I think you're beautiful, and does she share?
What did he say?
He just looked at me like I had 7 arms, okay? And he just started shaking his head no, and he was like, I can't ask her that. And I'm like, ask her for me. Will you ask her, does she share? Ask her. And he just was like, I can't do that. I can't do that. Nah, I can't do that. And I was like, do I still got the mojo? Because I used to be a bad mom, something at this.
Mike, listen. I'm pretty sure you can go through your DMs. I know you don't do DMs. You say don't DM you. I get it.
I kind of felt defeated on the inside because I used to be able to, I used to have some game. Like, I used to have some G.
That made you feel away?
I feel like, do I still got it? I know it's been a long time since I've entertained masculine energies to that capacity. I don't really go out and stuff like that no more. So I was like, do I still got it? Like, do I still got it? And he just shook his head. His face turned so red. He looked at me like I had 17 arms. And he was a dark-skinned brother, too. So he turned purple on me.
Right.
And I kind of felt some kind of way about that. But that was the last time that I actually went out of my way to approach a man that I was interested in being interested in. And then, I've been entertaining a masculine energy or two.
Okay. Or 2, huh? I heard that.
Or 4.
Or 4? Nah, you getting out of. Nah, I'll give you 1. I'll give you 1 or 2 at best. Don't be stretching the truth. Do not stretch the truth.
Okay, 2.
Just keep your cards on the table.
You know what was so wild is both of them got the same birthday.
Why do you search for this type of stuff?
And both of them don't have no children.
Why do you search for this type of stuff?
They be looking for me like I heard you was looking for me. Here I go.
So look. You say they ain't got no children, right?
No, they don't have children. They don't.
So they're gonna try to put twins in you.
What?
Twins. Are you fertile? On a scale of 1 to 10, how fertile are you?
20.
Ah, man, it's a wrap.
I don't want any children. I never wanted children though. Even growing up, I never. Did you guys want children growing up? Is that something that you wanted for yourself when you were younger, men and women? Did you envision yourself with a family? Like when you were younger, did you envision yourself with your own family?
Yep, 3 to 5.
3 to 5 children and your own wife? You know what? I never thought about it. When I was younger, like when I was a little girl, I would just think about like just traveling the world. I just thought that I would just be a fairy. Like I would just travel from country to country.
Be a fairy, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would just do what I wanted to do. I would do who I wanted to do, and I would just get on the plane and go somewhere else. And wherever I went, I would be home. I never envisioned a life of like playing house and wanting that kind of family unit structure. I never seen it. My grandparents were together, and I love my papa. Like I love my papa loved me, honey. My papa loved me.
Somebody said, no ma'am, but I have them. Andrea.
You didn't envision children, but you have them. I can totally relate to that. Like that was never a focus of mine ever in my life.
Mike Scott said, does she share? He said, talk that, sister.
You know what I just want to know. Because let me tell you something. If he worth sharing, I don't mind sharing. He just got to be enough to share. I don't mind. Look, especially if you in America, if you are in America. Now, if you're a global citizen like myself, you might not have to share.
You ain't global. When the last time you been somewhere?
In April.
Where'd you go?
Mexico.
You did. All right, yeah, you did. I forgot.
I'll be out of here. I'll be in Mexico, Hong Kong.
You do. I seen you. Where was you? In Thailand? Did you go to Thailand? Or was it?
We went to Hong Kong, but it was islands around in in Asia and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I get up out of here.
The Hong Kong stock market's booming too.
We're gonna have to talk about that, Mr. Wealth Factor. So guys, No, let me see, I never wanted children. A lot of these women never wanted children, never wanted children, never wanted children. So for me, I only have one child that I can say that was just totally against my will, against my desires in life. Completely. Just a total violation of all that I am, physically, spiritually, mentally. One child. And looking back, I probably should have terminated the pregnancy. But in all honesty, they're so healthy and so smart and so loved that's somebody else's blessing, even though it's a burden to me, But my other children, I just got good pussy and make bad decisions. Just irresponsible, just totally irresponsible. And well,
So
my love child, but no, hold it.
So they can write it off.
My Renner Tenor?
Yeah.
My 10-year-old?
No, you said you got good.
And I made some.
You gonna mess up on YouTube.
No, I'm not. Okay, we can do. We can do.
Y'all see what I gotta deal with?
I apologize.
Y'all see what I gotta
that's
deal
how you end up. Like, I've been pregnant in this like 5 times, and I've had 5 different children. My firstborn passed away, so I have 4 children that are still living. So I just made some really bum decisions in my life for whatsoever reason. But my 10-year-old, my love child, we made that baby. He ain't nobody accident. It wasn't no oops. I don't know what happened. It was he is nobody's accident. Absolutely nobody's.
So I got a question for you. What if you met exactly what you want, but he had no kids and you wanted one?
You know what? That is my dilemma at this point. Because meeting men of a certain caliber and quality that don't have children, that have piqued my interest genuinely, I think about that, because the reasons that I say I don't want a lot of things is because I haven't experienced certain things either. So I don't know. As much as I want to say my mind is not subject to change in this matter, I want to say that with so much integrity and so much vitality. But I don't know what it would be like to truly be interested in somebody to the degree that is so mutual and I'm so grown and,
Because you can't rewind it, once the kids is here, they here.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, and like as long as he would be open to being a single father, I don't know. Because I drop it off on your doorstep. I don't
open to being a single father, so I feel this. I feel the same.
You feel like if
it don't work out, you're gonna be a single mom. So
what?
If it don't work out,
how dare you say that?
Exactly. Oh,
how dare you?
It's horrible, ain't it?
It's terrible.
But if you want, because everybody's like, you're such a good father. Why don't you give Junior another brother or sister?
You really need to have a couple more children.
No, I hear you. But this is what I'm saying. I will have 1 or 2 more, but they have to understand that if it doesn't work out, the moment it don't work out, what time it is. The moment.
The warden, my love child's father, he was supposed to take the baby home from the hospital.
For real?
He knew. I always felt like he would be the better parent. I always felt like I told him from the beginning, like, I don't want to do this. I just don't. As much as I do really well with my boys.
You do really well with your boys too. I
love my 2 beloved sons. I love my boys so much.
Yeah.
And my daughter,
solid kids.
Whenever she's ready to receive my love, believe me, sweetie, I got enough to feed the needy. I got plenty for her.
Okay, Biggie. Okay, Biggie.
Ready,
Okay, Biggie.
But
if she called you right now and said, I want to come home, what's your next move?
I'd knock all this shit over and leave.
Nothing else less to be said.
I got a nest egg for her and everything.
I believe you. No, I believe you. I believe you. I believe you.
You ain't gotta believe me when it's the
I know I don't have to.
I don't care if
I'm just saying that I do. I'm just saying that I do.
But yeah, I don't know. I just never wanted children. I do my best. I genuinely do my best. I do my best. I do it. I do my best when I want to do my best. When I feel up to it, when I'm confused about it, I always do my best with my babies. But this wasn't my idea of a good time. Like when I thought about my life, like this is such a far cry from what I envisioned for myself. Can you relate? I don't know if you can relate to that.
Sure.
Can y'all relate to that on Instagram, on Facebook? Like, it's not that, I only have one child, and it was from a violation that I feel like I would have made a different decision as far as even allowing the life to thrive. I just have never gotten an abortion before, so I've never terminated a pregnancy before. If I was a aborter, I probably would have gotten an abortion. For sure, not probably, I would have gotten an abortion. But I look at my life and I look at my children and I do my best with them, but this just wasn't what I had in mind. Like, this just wasn't it. Absolutely. Can y'all relate to that? Absolutely.
All right, so look, when I had my vision of having a family.
Don't call him Mr. T, abbreviation for Mr. Toxic. Don't let them call you that.
That's fine. No. Wait, hold on. It doesn't bother me because anytime somebody doesn't agree with some people, they always go on the defensive. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, I don't mind it.
I mind it. Don't call him that. Not even for joking. I don't joke insults.
Mm-hmm. I don't agree with everybody and everybody don't agree with me. That's totally fine.
I just don't. I would rather if you can't call him Willie Dynamite King, Willie Vivaret, Will, just don't call him nothing. I don't want you to be comfortable with negative nicknames for people.
I'm going to tell you something. There's no bunk beds and caskets.
Straight like that. I'm just letting you know.
I'm going out the same way I came in.
By
hard
your damn
than a
self.
motherfucker.
You hear me?
You feel me?
Please be kind. Yeah, just be kind. Hell yeah, I am not a mother before I'm anything. Look, I am an individual. Listen, I am me first. And then after I'm me, I'm a mother.
You know what? I say the same thing. That's why when we talk about co-parenting and stuff, and sometimes a lot of your viewers and my viewers, we get a lot of friction with it. Mm-hmm. But I think that a lot of people fail to realize that before I was a father, I was a man first. Before I was somebody that you loved, I was a man first. And when dealing with men, you got to lead with respect.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You gotta lead with respect.
But you know what? Dealing with women, you have to lead with respect also. I think where it becomes a glitch in the matrix to a degree is what you deem worthy of respect or not. And oftentimes we get in these quantum entanglements with people that manifest in the physical realm, and it's with somebody that you don't have respect for, and you don't even realize just how much respect you don't have for them until you are not in a situation where you are forced to like them anymore, or life offers you a different opportunity, or even forces it upon you. Because a lot of times, usually when relationships end, it's usually it's usually one person of the two people that would much rather for it not to end. Even if they say we went our separate ways.
I don't know. Somebody left and you was either gonna sit there or you was gonna leave too. I totally agree.
Your shirt is hard as fuck, so I believe you can. So what do you do?
I'm a designer. This is the Vivaret tie, and this is a look that I put together actually on my page. Okay. So I'm always doing like different patterns, different fabrics. This is more of a vintage look, and it's a vintage style bow tie, and then we did the plaid pants. I just like to spice it up. I don't like to be normal.
Okay.
Hot. I don't like to be normal. Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, they notice. They also always ask about your fedoras that you wear.
So this is a good friend of mine. They can get it off of KeithandJames.com. He just had this re-grand opening on this past weekend, and he has a store in LA. You can get them on Neiman Marcus. You can go on KeithandJames.com and you can get them off there.
Okay, cool. So that's where he gets those hats from that you guys wear, those fedoras. I lost me after becoming a mother, and I miss her. That's why a lot of people resent their children. A lot, women in particular, after birth resent their children because everything about you changes from your physical body. Like literally, like your titties can be sitting up nice and perky, and now they at your navel after a child.
Like an octopus. Them arms swinging around.
And that don't make it bad. That just makes it true. So as a man, after a woman births your baby and her body changes, do you still find her the same level of attractive?
I find her more attractive.
What?
I find her more attractive.
Even with the stretch marks?
I don't care about none of that. That's because mine came out of there. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's mine right there. You know what I mean? I find her more attractive.
Okay, so men on Facebook, men over here on Instagram.
YouTube.
How do you feel? YouTube. Hey, we didn't even acknowledge YouTube.
I know you tripping.
I know. Hey, YouTube.
You know you got millions of people on YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. Well, yeah. So how do you feel, ladies? Do you feel like your man's attraction to you subsided after you gave birth to his child? Men, do you feel like you lost attraction for your woman or your partner, the mother of your child, after she had the baby? Let's see some of that. He said it best, yes. Oh, even more attractive because she had, oh, King Handan, what's up, baby?
Yeah.
He said even more attractive because she had my child. Okay.
For sure.
Okay. Straight remarks are just a roadmap to paradise. Say that then, King. Say that. Okay. Yes, you feel like you got less attractive after you had the baby? So how did you manage? I got some tools for you, but how did you manage your way through that? Because postpartum depression is a real thing.
Yeah.
It is a really, really huge thing. And a lot of women resent their children after they give birth. Like, you may wonder why, growing up, a lot of adults may have felt like your mother never liked you. And they don't know why, your mom never liked you. And you could feel it. Like, you could feel that she may have provided for you just enough on the surface, but there was this underlying feeling of resentment that was unspoken but very much present. And that is a direct reflection of postpartum depression. And postpartum can last years and years and years. It doesn't end. Like, when the child is 2 or 10, it has to be addressed. It doesn't just go away. And oftentimes when your body changes and you know that your child is the reason that your body has went through so many changes and the chemicals in your brain are different, and on top of that, it keeps asking you for stuff. Like, I already done gave you life, and now you get away from me. Just move out of my way.
When I had my son, I had did a little bit of research on postpartum, and I know that took a toll.
Even after one moment, King.
Okay.
Even after 29 years, yes. Many mothers, oftentimes this energy goes so far on a massive scale when dealing with feminine energies, especially feminine energies that are not in pregnancies where the pregnancy is celebrated and where the man wants the child. A lot of women deal with significant postpartum depression after they try to trap men with babies and it don't keep a man. And now you got this,
That might be the worst one, right?
Let me tell you something.
That might be the worst one right
now
there.
You got this little baby running around here, and it's more like a parasite.
Mission abort.
Than paradise, and you can't get an abortion because there it is. Like, you weigh out, like you had 6 weeks to make your mind up.
That was basically like her doubling down in Vegas and losing it all.
You done doubled down and you done lost it all, and you done bet the house and now you homeless. So no cap. A lot of women deal with that. So the queen that asked, like, what about 29 years later? If you're 29 years old per se, and you still feel a disconnect between yourself and your mother, that may very well have something to do with the fact that she feels like you stole her youth. You stole her life.
Hold on. So is that what some women mean when they say, I gave you my best years?
Yes.
Is that what they mean?
Yes, that's exactly what that means. Like, you got...
Because I'm not going to lie. Like, I've heard that like 3 or 4 times from I'm like...
Yeah.
Where, like, let me see. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me see if I got your years on me. I can...
Yeah, like when you invest your youth into somebody and you feel like this was going to be your sure thing, and it foils, and now not only do you not have your youth, you're challenged with saggy boobs, maybe a child or two, having to start your life over, be, career independent, find your way, in the world. This man may have been a provider or not, and now you got to start your life over from scratch, and now you not only have to start your life over from the up underneath the foundation, because you got to start your life over from the basement. You got children too. That can make a woman feel some type of way about her babies. So those are the things that people are dealing with that a lot of people don't want to talk about, King. Especially women. But then it manifests later on in life, like when you're dealing with her and she, in your teenage years, or you're dealing with women that are, in their 20s and in their 30s, some women even in their 40s, if their parents are alive, that have these very distorted, very, very distorted relationships with their mothers. And it could definitely be, the root of it is resentment and postpartum depression that was never addressed. Because that's why I think it's so important to not raise babies alone. Like you need somebody else there. And a lot of women go home with the baby by themselves. Especially if it's a keeper baby. If you was trying to keep somebody with a baby and he ain't kept, and now you gotta deal with this baby that's always so needy from you. They need you for everything. Like everything. They need you for everything.
Now you see why I allocate for 2-parent households so bad.
Yeah, but I still don't agree that, it just has to be worth the risk to me.
I agree with you. But if you don't feel that it's worth the risk, then you gotta take what comes with your decision.
It's my eldest daughter at 7 years old just tell me one day that she felt like I didn't like her. And for me to even be aware, I was indeed treating her differently. That's such a blessing for you to be able to acknowledge that, especially at 7 years old, because you still have so much time to make it right. Like you can't go in the past and correct anything, but you can make it right now. You can be aware of that, adjust your behaviors, and you may need to do some inner child healing. You may need to do some significant shadow work because it's serious. Your body's changed. Your mind's changed, your finances changed, and a lot of times there is no break if you are doing it by yourself, which is why you were saying like you advocate for the 2-parent household. You need a break. You need somebody to come and get this baby from you. And a lot of times, like some women, especially women with distorted relationships with their mothers, they don't have nobody. It's just you and your best friend sometimes. And your best friend is acting like your baby daddy to the best of her ability, trying to step in and compensate. And you don't have any recovery time. And oftentimes pregnancies can be very, very traumatic. You go through so many changes carrying life.
I done been on orange juice runs.
It's deeper than some OJ, King. Like
I hear you.
It is so serious. The trauma and the drama that the body goes through while carrying life is so it's beautifully morbid. And if you're doing it by yourself with no end value, if your only reward for going through those types of changes is a baby that you don't even want in the first place, depression, abuse can get so real. That's why a lot of women hit their children and treat their children funny.
I think couples should have counseling right after like pregnancy.
Oh, goodness.
I think couples should have counseling.
I think that is a great suggestion, especially after a baby. Like, even if you don't stay in counseling, if you just have a third party, hear the both of you out, see where you both are, depending upon the type of sessions that you do, whether you do spiritual or mental, or you might have a mental spiritual session, like, what I provide for my community, and have somebody to just, give you a third party, honest, non-biased assessment of your situation. I think that'd be great.
I think that it should be, I agree with you. I think that it should be like a sit down and somebody like letting them know like the changes because they've been through it, and of having kids and how things are going to get rough, and explain to them about postpartum depression and the importance of raising the kid together.
Yes.
I think that'll be good.
Although
I'll never sideswipe not raising the kid without the mother and the father. There's no substitute for that. That's why shit be so hard.
I just don't. There's so many elements that go into that.
I agree.
That sometimes it's better to do it by yourself.
This is my opinion.
But you don't know what be going on in people's households. Their people are abused and violated.
Right, but it's...
I even have a lot of sessions where husbands are raping wives. I had a client last year, a gentleman. I say to you, if you are listening, King, you know, I never tell your identity, but I thank you for confiding in me. And he ended up telling me, like, he violated his wife, that and they had a baby. And he always had the baby, always had the baby, always had the baby. And the baby was like 7 years old. And he was like, I just feel that she's so disconnected.